What's up with y'all? It's King Greg. Happy Monday morning. I got something for y'all to think about because y'all already know y'all heard a little few stories about the red Ferrari and stuff like that. So this is there's a reason why I'm not supposed to get that again, and obviously like it's a reason even though I'm responsible. You feel me? But there's a reason. You know what I mean? It has a meaning, but that meaning doesn't pertain to not none of the the wives, not none of those that's coming along, not nobody else. It don't pertain to nobody else. You feel me? Like it don't pertain to no brothers, no sisters. Like it don't pertain to none of y'all. You feel me? Like it just pertains to me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and I've been thinking about it because I run into both of my brothers and stuff, and the warning went like this, right? So after the whole ordeal with the courts and everything, it was basically a sign of I linked up with my bros, my big bros, right? And we just but the way that it was seen was like nah, this is and I perfected it because I made the switch already. I made it doesn't pertain to them. They can get their own. It doesn't. They'll have plenty. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. Like that's for any family member. Like it's what it is. But you know, uh, for me personally, it was like giving the heads up. Like nah, because you gotta understand my background. You gotta understand how quiet I was and it still is, and why. You gotta understand a lot of stuff. You feel me? Like so, it's it's better. So regardless of that, not saying that I was just one of them careless type of, you know what I mean. I was just one of the ones where I wasn't. It wasn't going right. It wasn't going right. Even though I'm good. I'm right. Like you get what I'm saying. What it is the lifestyle. And the lifestyle for me, because I take everything serious, even though I'm balanced, you feel me? Can you imagine having something and then, you're destined to do something greater, and you get caught up and you stay where you're not supposed to be staying? Do you get what I mean? And then I make the switch because me, like I'm gonna challenge myself. Nobody can challenge me, period. You feel me? So I'm gonna challenge myself. Do you get what I mean? And I perfected it. But that perfection don't have nothing to do with nobody else that's coming along for the second exodus. That don't have nothing because we're exporting a lot of stuff. You feel me? But so that doesn't pertain because I already seen that, like I already told you, I'm finna get a lot of y'all females, y'all first hand. You get what I'm saying? As far as like the flying vehicles, y'all finna be the first fly cook. You feel me? To the point where the little girls are gonna be teaching me how to fly those vehicles. Now I don't know if y'all notice or keep up on it, but they're supposed to be coming out this year, 2026, around June, July. You feel me? So it's a lot of stuff that's happening. We are like I keep up on all the laws. I gotta look up for 2026 if there's anything new for those vehicles. You feel me? When they start coming out and stuff like that. But I do know they're very affordable. You feel me? So I'm my focus right now is what it is. But just so y'all know, like just because something pertains to me, I mean, y'all do what you like, you feel me? But just because something is pertaining to me and I'm told specifically me not to, 9 times out of 10 is because it may hinder me, because I may be, I wouldn't say caught up in the wrong thing, but I may get, to the point where I'm giving something else too much attention when we should, like the focus is what it is, and nobody's gonna take that focus, period. You feel me? Like this is what it is, and I even told you I dedicated my life to a lot of stuff. You feel me? To y'all, you feel me? So it is what it is. So don't worry about that. That don't pertain to y'all because I'm still gonna get it. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna operate it over here is like when we get over there. You feel me? Like, cause those my things. You feel me? Like I love Ferraris. You feel me? That's just what it is. You feel me? So, and I still got that connect, and probably an even better one for over there, because I got Europeans in the family. You already know that. You feel me? So why not put money in the pockets? You feel me? Because I'm finna look out for my family, like, regardless. You feel me? Both sides. You know what I mean? And all sides. So reach out to them like a mug, just like y'all that signed up on the list. Scripture, it is what it is. Your family. You feel me? So I'm looking at a lot of property right now too, because y'all already know. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all hear it every day. Like, everything is finna flip. So when it flipped, because it's a lot of prayers that's been prayed, you know, so a lot of prayers are being answered. So when y'all see these males not knowing how to act in the, you know, in the workplace and everything like that, think about what they're throwing away, and think about everything that from the studies and everything. Females get good grades naturally. They get good grades. So there was no reason why anybody, you feel me, shouldn't have questioned it a long time ago. Why ain't they in high places in the workplace? Ain't nothing wrong with our educational system, the way they teach, because you still got graduates. You still got people graduating. You still got people coming from different countries to come to our schools, and vice versa. So there's nothing wrong. Nothing should happen in the education system but upgrading it. Do you get what I'm saying? So what's finna happen is the females are finna move up. The males who wasn't council culture, they're finna move up too, but the females are finna move up, like, drastically, and that's all over this country. You feel me? So my thing is, if somebody messed up and you already know I'm not finna be here, and you still trying to play like a hater, I'm finna take you know what? I'm finna take that and I'm finna give it over to a female after I fix it up, do some architect work or designs on it or whatever, some high tech type of stuff, and then, you know, let all the buildings begin and everything like that, have everything like that, and let them do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if it was all bad, to where, you know, they had the little you know, this cyber stalking on it, and then you tried to victimize and then tried to hide and all this other stuff, like, nah, legally we can take that. Just like them using their vehicles against people to try to harass them or try to do, like, legally we're taking that. Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 12. Do you get what I'm saying? They mistreated their family, so what do y'all see me doing? Directing them somewhere else. Don't get used to those type of males. Don't get used to them. Do you get what I'm saying? And they showed y'all already too. They're soulmates. They think, act, talk, look, react alike, identical, same identical. Romans chapter 1. They're soulmates. So they're not into the females. The way they communicate with each other, totally different. The way they communicate with the women they try to play as relationships. Do you get what I'm saying? So back to the thing with the after the courts, because after the courts, you gotta understand, it's gonna be a lot of shopping. It's gonna be a lot of purchasing. It's gonna be a lot of preparation. It's a lot of preparation even right now. But you get what I'm trying to say. And this is like going like back east, Nueva York, all types of places back east, down south, up north, like wherever y'all comfortable, wherever y'all, you get what I'm saying? Because y'all got family back that way too. Y'all got sisters back that way too. And there's chosen back that way too. And they're coming along. You feel me? And y'all already know this. And that goes from wealthy to your average person that you wouldn't even thought, like, dang, you on this list? Oh, you're not so average anymore. You feel me? Like, you're a part of this country. You shouldn't even think of yourself average. When we came together, that should have proved that. When these individuals that's been stalking, been caught listening to officers and caught on camera dressing like they still was in a protest, interrupting, that pretty much wrapped that up. Yours truly. Do you get what I'm saying? Now y'all on it. Now we on this, that mola. You feel me? So I'm not finna get that Ferrari, the red one again. I'm not finna get that. You get what I'm saying? And it's special to me because story behind it. I had an older one who got it for me. Who got it for me? You know what I mean? And it was like kind of hand in hand, but the same thing with the lowrider. That was mine too. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it was more of a like, here, that's for you now. You know what I mean? So y'all already heard stories about that, but unfortunately, he has to. Y'all already know with the resurrection. So, he has to that he go through his process. Like a lot of your family members and stuff like that. A lot of our family members, and that's that. But right now, the family got that lowrider too. You feel me? If they don't got it, because I'm gonna find out. You get what I'm saying? Just to make sure, because they need something to remember him by. Do you get what I mean? Like, and if that's the only thing, then that's the only thing. You feel me? And none of his homeboys wanted to tell me what happened. You feel me? Because they already knew. Like, I wasn't the one to tell me some stuff like that. You feel me? But you know, it is what it is. You feel me? So, yeah, I'll find out. You feel me? I'll find out. So, but that's the story with that. Like a lot of y'all know, like, So that's the story with that. Anyway, y'all just know that nothing's gonna hold. I say this to say nothing's gonna hinder or hold back. After the paperwork is done, after the court process is off, after all the court processes, all the paperwork, and after all the affairs are gathered, any jobs that we have right now is going to be a transfer going on, because it's going to be a process. You feel me? So don't look at these situations as individuals were trying to stop you, hinder you, close the door on you, and all this other stuff. Basically, they did it to themselves. That's it. That's all. Y'all headed to a castle, man. Y'all headed to a castle. Do you feel me? Like, y'all headed to a kingdom. Y'all are headed back to your fold. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1 is what these officials did with this group of sellouts. And had they not interrupted and everything like that, none of this would have happened to them. But it happened. So verse 2 had to happen, and that's where I came in. Just to get to verse 3, where we're headed now after the courts. Do you feel me? So don't worry about, oh, this happened. Everybody that tried to, victimize y'all, everybody that tried to do anything like that, realize it's going to be a lot of subpoenas and a lot of indictments. You feel me? And that's what happens when people do things identical and they're caught on camera looking at a phone before they start doing this yapping and the movement. Do you get what I'm saying? So now y'all know what I was speaking against and going against. Do you get what I'm saying? It was treason. It had nothing to do with anybody. Like, hell, it didn't even really have nothing to do with pretty much nobody but officers. You feel me? So since, the bombs had to open their mouth, I separated them from the homeless, because there's a big difference between somebody wanting to be there and then somebody just plainly there just was unfortunate, because we're ending homelessness. I'm actually helping out with that too. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's different. One's legal, the other one's treason. One's sanitary, the other one's unsanitary, because they don't got no damn choice. They plagued. Do you get what I'm saying? So all of this is finna be addressed. Even these individuals' family members, they're finna be indicted. You get what I'm saying? And that's mandatory as protocol anyway. You feel me? Because they had contact with them. They're family members. Like, they're gonna be called. If they not trying to call them on their own, they just got to be a fool then. Do you get what I'm saying? So while y'all see them throwing their stuff away, their jobs, their freedom and everything like that, their property and everything, just think about the legal process. Think about everything that they was warned and they didn't want to listen. They did it to themselves. These officers, when y'all see them, up and down, everything like that, they did it to themselves. So nothing's finna hinder y'all. Nothing's finna hinder y'all. I purposely kept in contact with certain individuals purposely, because I've been planning it out. Y'all know me. I'm a thinker. I think before I talk. I think before I do things. Do you get what I mean? So everything has to make sense. Everything has to line up, and everything's lined up perfectly. So when you see them, and I'll be letting y'all know, report that. Y'all should know already. That's $1 million right there. Then you got to think of his history of his medical and why he's being used, because not one of them is healthy. Think about that, and think about how the officers tried to get them killed. Remember I told y'all that bazooka, they said they had their back with a bazooka? That's why they told them to start displaying what they were doing when there was a pandemic. Breathe funny, do this, cough, sneeze, do this and do that, because they were trying to get them killed. Not that they're not dying already. Not that they're not getting arrested already. That's happening too. But it's not because of that. It was because they were trying to, clear their badge, keep their job. They didn't give a damn about them. They're expendable. They're already on their deathbed. They're just expendable. You feel me? Throwaways, basically, But we're not looking at it like that. Nobody in the government is looking at it like that. You feel me? So it is what it is. If they're a group, they're a group. And how these officers communicated in public to them. Think about this. Before I got out, how quiet was it? Nothing really showed until that light came around. It was showing in there. Y'all was hearing it in there because y'all connected. But that was hiding, pretending, and lying that it had happened until, something showed up. And then it was like, what do we do? What do we do? And then it was an anti, type of thing, when they should have just stayed quiet. And they couldn't do that because it burns them inside. It's killing them inside. It's eating them inside. And all they had to do, if they really wanted to get up and go on their own, they should have just went and got a lawyer. Anybody with a street mentality or any type of book spark, you would have been got a lawyer if you was involved with something like that, because even they mentioned them already went the evidence against the department. So they're caught up in their lies, but don't think that any of that stuff will hinder y'all. That's not going to hinder y'all. Even females that I dated, I'm finna indict. You feel me? Subpoena them and indict them if they somewhere that they, you know what I mean? Because they got a story too. Everybody has to tell their story. I'm separating the wheat from the straw. You get what I'm saying? And I'm doing it through the system as well. Do you get what I mean? Now on their end, let's think logic. You got a group, claim to be Klan members, proven to be a part of the Klan, and then turned around, coughed on us eight human beings when they died from diseases, all types of weird stuff. You feel me? Insidious predators, right? Hills have eyes type of stuff, right? So on the weak side, you feel me? And then on top of that, claim to be informants that they work for the officers, so that tied them to the officers. Okay, will they be safe being in prison? Hell no. They're gonna die. Flat out. You feel me? Will they be safe being in the feds? Hell no. They're gonna die. Flat out. You feel me? They're gonna go to FEMA camps. They're gonna go to FEMA camps. They're gonna go through their process, but we'll never see them again. But they're gonna go through that process. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're not safe anywhere. No state, nowhere. They're not safe because of what they have done. And the more they stuck around, the more money we got, the more charges they got. That was it. That was all. It was never, they were, trying to confuse, trying to do this, trying to hide. Like, you can't hide when you're screaming out with cybercrime. Like, you feel me? Like, it's just what it is. So don't see none of that as hindrance. Don't see none of the stuff that happened to y'all, some of y'all in the workplace, as hindrance neither. Count it as money, because all of this stuff is being indicted. All of this stuff is being called right to the attention of the people in the courtroom and the justice, Lady Justice, you feel me? So once all of this stuff, because it's tied to itself, that's why. And it's tied, you do this, through them badges, and through everything else that they've been playing on that has data. That's how it's tying itself. And then, after 9/11, you already know certain words you just don't say on the phone. Imagine when all of their words is already line scripted out, and they already know when they start talking and reading them or talking on the phone with all these individuals, like it's a wrap. Like, yeah, you got this, you got that. So it's impossible for them to run to somebody and give them a script to say and try to frame them. That's not happening. because we already know who's who. Now they gotta go to court because they had contact with a foul individual that was treason and they wasn't. You feel me? There's no such thing as what they was doing that it was legal. You feel me? So y'all have a good night and don't look at it like but understand I'm thinking like hella highly and a wide range for these courts because I'm ready for court. You feel me? Like I'm really ready for court. So y'all have a good night and I'll see y'all on that Happy Taco Tuesday mañana on the AM.